Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I'm trying to get in today. Today's Sunday, July 28th, 2024. I'm trying to get in today to see if I get any offers that are any good. I went out earlier today, and I was probably out 2 hours or so, and what I got were just ridiculous, like they're back to that 28 miles thing. $10, 28 miles. That's just one way, remember. And it's way out in the country, and there's not a chance. No, I wouldn't do it anyway because of the amount. But where they want me to go, these are dangerous places for anybody alone. You know, not just a woman alone, but it's not because, it's like real evil people. It's the roads. And you're going to have at least one of those dumb bubbas that's going to think they own it. And these big trucks and all this, and they tailgate, and anytime it's ever happened, yeah. So I know better than to go out to those anyway, even if I was right there. It's 5 miles. Nope, 2 miles. 2 miles, I see quite a bit, and that 2 miles can go into dangerous territory. Like I said, it's the roads that are dangerous. Some of them just turn into asphalt. All of a sudden with a hump in the middle or on the side, on your side, because of the heat. This is Texas, north of Dallas. So, yeah, we see this. Anyway, but this time I'm hoping I get something, because I get feeling kind of, well, I'm taking a medication that is for blood pressure, and they just recently, my healthcare provider said take 2, and it can bring a person down. Yeah, it's actually says the appropriate words, and one of it is I've never heard it. I've never read any of this ever before on any medication. It says tiredness, and I had been noticing that my voice was slower. I felt tired a lot, so I looked them up. You would think they would tell me. I cannot recall in past 25 years, if not longer, being explained things like what the medication might do. I don't think ever, really. I'm 61. I don't think I've ever had a doctor explain like what could be a side effect of a medication. So I pretty much look it up myself or whatever. But anyway, this is not a rant about that. This is just a rant. It's not even a rant. And I'm really hoping that at some point, things are going to pick up. Because I just taken a nap, in case you're wondering. It was about, let's say I woke up about 40 minutes ago or so. It took me that long just to get everything together and get out the door. I had to do my medications. But anyway, I woke up feeling, when is this going to happen that I can actually go out and do these food deliveries? I'm doing it for health insurance, and it's not about the money. I wanted to pay for it just myself, but the way that it works, affordable health care here, I'm not a voice of authority on it, but I'll just give you some of that, what I know, and it could be wrong. Things seem to change all the time. But basically I have to prove that I can earn a certain amount of money a year, calendar year, January 1st to December 31st. I have to earn a certain amount. Well, because of my health condition, this is all I can do. This is all the short version. I've done it a gazillion times before. I mentioned on videos, but really, my health condition is the cause of me not being able to do enough. I have to not do enough. See, I don't know. If I could get better offers, not taking me out to dangerous places, then I could do more than enough, I would imagine. But it's too many days, I have to go out, work a little bit, go home, this kind of thing. And once I get, my legs start getting swollen, hurting, hip hurting, and now it added that hip hurting, and a weird feeling like on my driver's leg, my right side on the shin, because of pushing the pedals and all that. The muscle on the top has been having weird spasms. I mean, what next? Seriously, no, I shouldn't say that, because in my life, this guy that I knew years and years ago, he would say, never say that, never say that. He said, because life will show you what's next, and it's not going to be good. And overall, yeah, I agree that's a big thing that happens if you say, well, what's next? Yeah. But I don't believe in that kind of, whatever you want to call it, practically magic or something. I don't believe in all that stuff. Yeah. I'm very practical, very logical, very analytical, very, come on, really? Is that what you think? When I do these videos and I say what this could be, because it could be, one of the things I do is, my degrees are in psychology and sociology, is to say, you know, let's look at the alternatives. What could it be? Could it be this, it could be that. When you really get down to it, it's like you'll never know, because like in this, do you think they're going to tell people? You know, like these fleet people, I'm like 100% certain, but they've seemed to have disappeared. Although it seems like they got better cars finally. Maybe they were just testing the area, and I don't know. Like I said, so many thoughts, so many different things it could be. It could be this, it could be that, it could be none of them. None of the above, you know. And but one of the things I really don't like, I've noticed, it's increasing more and more, is the way that people park next to me, always to the north of me. And wherever I am, parked, you know, trying to wait, sit there and wait, see if anything good comes in. They will park north of me. That's important. North of me. And like that one the other day, it's unbelievable. And that is what I wanted to make a video about. It's about to carry on. I've done a few. I've been doing this every day. Whenever I go out, I make a video on the way there, on the way back. I usually don't have my I usually don't take any of these apps be on when I'm driving. It's too distracting. I mean, I could do it, but no. I could see too many people get too distracted. And this, we're not supposed to, but why is it that the offers come through when we're moving down the road, huh? And not so much when you're just sitting there. I've said that all along. You know? Oh my goodness. But anyway, I've seen such a weirdness, like with these people I call the fleet people. Like I said, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, I don't know. They'd suddenly disappeared. Maybe they realized in this part of Texas, you got a lot of competition, because this is a very wealthy county, and they got lots of homes, and people send their kids off to, well, they're adults, after they graduate high school, off to college, they come home, you know. Adam says, well, these people out here wouldn't make their children work. Are you crazy? That's the sign of a good parent, is to teach their you know, their children how to soar on their own, you know. And even if they have to do this kind of work, they get them to go to work and do work. Anyway, you know, you got to teach. You have to teach your offspring what to do, how to do life in case of emergency, whatever. Anyway, I think the fleet people realized, I did. I'm not a fleet person. I'm just one that tried to do it. That these, there's no chance. Like today is the Sunday. Sunday is the busiest day. You know, I've said before, I use Uber Eats and look at the trends and all this. It would be the top dollar. It would be the, at least this is how I'm looking at it. That it's top dollar, you know, which area. And this is a whole county, Collin County, really wealthy county. Like I said, and I'm saying that on purpose, not bragging. and lots of people out. It's the busiest day, and what do you think? It's going to be saturated. You know, on a weekend, on a Sunday, I've known it to be very busy until like summer break. You know, people out of, for the summer, for whatever reason, on their job. If they're teachers, they're educators of any type. They're students, they're 18 years old or older, that legally and contractually can work. It's going to be saturated. But Sunday was always, was always the busiest on the trends. Well, the way I was saying I look at the trends is that they need more people in that area also. Not only is it high dollar, but they need people in that area. Maybe that's not true. I mean, there's an alternative way of looking at it. Maybe they don't need that many people in that area. It's just that's where the dollar is. That's not anything I've ever read. I mean, what I've read and what I've learned and what I see is the opposite, but maybe not anymore. Maybe it's seasonal. Maybe it depends. It should, but anyway, maybe they figured that out and they moved on, the fleet people. But like I said, those people that now that I see quite often, after the fleet people, I see these other people quite often. They park up to the north of me, usually like 1 or 2, maybe 3 parking spots down. But then I read a bunch of it because of my thought was about hacking. Some people are going to call it hack. Some would say it's going to be bots. And what do you think these are? How the AI works and how the whatever. All the same. I mean, you use different terminology and frame it in a different way. But when it comes down to it, it could be a system such as they're the ones the north of me are the ones who are going to get the offers first, and then they decline or accept. They accept all the good ones. The ones that they decline will come to the next person closest north. You see what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. It's a possibility. These fleet people, I'm looking over here and I'm thinking, is this one of them? Because, wow. But, no, this is a white one. But it was usually gray, silver gray sedans, older models, usually with one hubcap off. They have been in a wreck, nothing personalized inside, and so on and so forth. And now I'm seeing better, but they're still gray. Yeah. Well, no, not all gray, but anyway, like I said, that's where they park. And okay, before I forget, yesterday I was sitting out here. Adam, we were going out for a couple hours, going to do something else. He went with me, and I was sitting we were sitting right here. I'm driving, and a woman. I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing. Nope. Well, she pulled in right to the left of me. Okay, from the road in front of me that you're seeing, right there where that little opening is. She pulled in right next to me on the left, came behind me real slow. I mean, she was driving really slow. And it wasn't a bad car. It was okay. So, okay, and Adam was outside. He was smoking a cigarette. I don't let him smoke in my SUV. And he was smoking a cigarette, and he was to the right of me. And he was about 3 parking spots down. This is one really huge parking area, and well, she pulled behind me really slow, parked there in this huge place. I talk about herd mentality, and she parked 3 down right behind him. I mean, he was standing right there, but she had to get that spot. Nobody else in between, nobody else anywhere down. She had to have that spot. I'm like, uh-oh, one of those, because I've been seeing this. Like the one the other day that held her hand out with her phone in it as she pulled in front of me, like right here, pulled in front of me and parked 2 or 3 down, holding her phone the whole time toward my SUV, me and my SUV, and there was nothing else there but me and my SUV. It's the other parking lot that is huge and hardly anybody out there. Okay, that one's in Murphy. This is in Allen, Texas. Anyway, I mean, that's so suspicious. Because what I've read about this kind of hacking, okay, it's not about food delivery, but it's about the kind of hacking that I suspect could be it. But anyway, so she did that, and I'm like, really now? I mean, he was standing right there. She had to have that spot. I don't know if he moved. Well, he had his back turned that way, and I think he was standing in the gravel. And I'm like, I can't believe this. And then she sat there for like a minute or two. Then she backed up real slowly, went back by me, and then went to this Panda Express that is next. It's across the little, entrance, and then way up toward that road over there. I can't show you. It would be too weird. But maybe I will when I turn. Anyway, she went and parked in their parking spot. Next thing I know, she was taking off. She had gotten an offer, and that is north of me. Left right here is north of me, and I was watching every bit of it because that's how suspicious it is. And like I say, I was sitting out here one time. I said, man, that guy the way he was acting, his actions. I mean, you do it enough, the actions. We all go into the store, the same kind of actions. Sit in your car, the same kind of actions. And yeah, I mean, you see him repeatedly. You kind of get the picture. But she did. She went just north of me. She got one, took off. Adam is usually clueless. I mean, seriously, I was raised that you pay attention. Your environment. One time I was making a video, and some guy walked up to my window. Scared me. But anyway, he was walking past. There was a sidewalk on the right. The road was to the left. I was on the side of the road, and he walked, instead of the sidewalk, he walked next to me on the driver's side window side. It's like, really? You have a sidewalk right there. People do strange things. Little bitty, but they're little bitty things, but they're strange things all the same.